I want to go on with my discussion of the bigger implications for the Trumpstein files. I want to deal with some people, and then I want to deal with the fact that this is really appears to be a totally Russian-inspired operation. I'll get to that. First of all, Pam Bondi, she's totally covering up for the president. She's way out of her league. She's corrupt. This is the Department of Injustice. This is the Department of Defense for Donald Trump. You want to go back to Biden's time with Merrick Garland, wasn't too happy with him. His problem was he didn't want to appear at all political, so he didn't even attach accountability until it was too late to Donald J. Trump. He didn't do anything with the Epstein files, one, because there were cases pending in court, but two, he probably could have done something. He stayed away from that. So Garland was just the opposite of Bondi. He wanted to appear totally non-political. Bondi is the one who's weaponizing the Department of Justice. Kash Patel, what a fake, what a disappointment to his own base. He's playing along. He's a big fake too. Just really despicable people. It's not their politics. It's their moral character that I'm talking about here. Who else? Peter Attia of CBS. I will not be watching CBS. That man, the way he spoke about girls, young women, is disgusting. He's a disgusting human being. He's an enabler. CBS should have gotten rid of him. Again, it's not because of politics. It's because of just being an upright citizen who despises what's at the core of the Epstein files, which is rape, and now we even think death. We'll get to the Zorro Ranch in a moment. Dr. Mehmet Oz invited Epstein to a Valentine's Day party, something like 6 years after he had been convicted of soliciting underage women for sex. That's now part of Health and Human Services. Ridiculous. RFK went fossil hunting with Epstein in a place where the fossils are supposed to stay, not you don't take them. It's really disgusting. Again, I'm not talking about politics here. I'm just talking about moral core. That's a big thing now, okay? Should have been a big thing before, but apparently too many people voted for a man without a moral core. Deepak Chopra. I used to read his books. Goodbye, Deepak. Noam Chomsky. My God. He was so revered on the left, and look how he turned out. Again, it's not politics. We've got people on the right and left here. They all suck. They all lack a moral core. This reminds me of a song by John Lennon. I don't believe in any of these people. Don't you believe in them either. Stay with things that are moral. You know what moral is. Include Barack from Israel. Everyone, he's scum. He wanted to choke out women. He brings us to the Zorro Ranch because apparently he liked to choke out women and see them pass out. Now, there's an investigation in the Zorro Ranch in New Mexico by authorities in that state of New Mexico because there is now some suspicion that there may be some bodies buried there. Barack liked to choke out women until they passed out. That's really sick. I know people do it in sex. I'm not naive, but I still think it's sick. Really sick. To the extent that he did it, it's maybe deadly. That's sick. There are still 2.5 million documents at least being held. If you think you've seen what's bad now, what do you think they're holding? All right, it's going to get even worse. Casey Wasserman was also mentioned. If he's still heading the 2028 Olympics in LA, I'm out. These people need to go. They need to be shunned. We're talking about morals here, not politics. We don't necessarily shun people because of their right-left politics as they used to be in America. This is about moral character. All of this takes us to the Russian operation. This has Russia all over it. Epstein was filling in the Russians on Trump, so the Russians knew everything about Trump. He was probably giving them the compromise. And Trump is a Russian asset. This is really sad for my country. This is really sad. The Epstein files are one of the biggest things. In some ways, in many ways, they can argue they're much bigger than Watergate was bad. I lived through that. Watergate was bad, but it's only gotten worse. I'm not justifying Watergate. It was bad during the time America was left hanging. Here, America needs to go through a detox, cleanse, a purification. All of this is so bad, so despicable. There may be bodies buried at the Zorro Ranch. There are accusations against the president. There are enablers. None of these people seem to understand what seems so naturally to me. When I was talking to my kids the other day, if you know someone is bad, stay away from them. It's going to come back and bite you later in life. Did these people know that? All right. As I leave you today, we're on the brink of war with Iran. It's another wag the dog, excuse me. This is another wag the dog. It's not wag the tail days. We don't have happy pups. Speaking of happy pups, I want you to think about this. Donald Trump has no dog for a pet. That should tell you everything. This is David Steinman. I'm the author of Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins. You can get it at Amazon.com. You can use the link in this post. You can subscribe to my podcast at davidsteinman_author. You can also subscribe to my newsletter at Substack at davidwilliamsteinman. Well, go to Substack and then put in David William Stein or David Steinman. Okay, everyone, I'll talk to you next time. Just wanted to get this off my chest. Hope it helps you too to get through the day.